Thank you, Tarun, for taking the time. Excited to be speaking with you.
Yeah, nice to be here, Naveen. Thank you so much for making time available.
Let's start with your entrepreneurial background, right? You're a master of doing startups and doing another one, this time with us. So tell me about your entrepreneurial background.
I grew up in a small town in India with a very large family around me. And my dad, my uncles, the entire family was in business. So I had a first hand in my childhood seeing how small businesses work, the struggles that they had to go through. And then when I came to US, I finished my master's at USC, spent 10 years working at Cisco, spent another 4 years with another company called Emerson Electric Power. Spent a lot of my life in the data centers, and then I thought about an opportunity in the data center business. And my first entrepreneurial journey was with a company called Rahi Systems. And Rahi means a fun journey. So
Yep.
It was a lot of fun for us. We spent solid 10, 11 years building that business, and we bootstrapped it. And along the way, we started another company called ZPE, and that was also bootstrapped. And this time around, I'm very lucky to have you on the board and be an investor in Gruve. So really excited about this journey with you.
Great. You already mentioned Gruve, so tell me more about it.
Before I decided to start Gruve, I was actually thinking about doing something in renewable energy. And along the way, ChatGPT happened. And I thought to myself, like, how are enterprises going to adopt AI? They already struggle with adopting a technology stack that is cloud and cybersecurity and SaaS applications. So, AI, where there is a talent fight, there is a lack of understanding. How is an enterprise going to adopt it? I thought, okay, I got to park this renewable energy and I got to go focus on this AI services. And that's where Gruve happened. And the meaning of the word Gruve is mining or to mine data.
So what are the offerings Gruve has?
We are not trying to go to an enterprise and say, here's a whole bunch of AI for you. What we are saying is, what do you do today in cybersecurity? How do you manage the security in your organization? The first thing that AI does is it just rapidly increases the threat attack surface for an enterprise. Then let's go have an approach on what are you doing with your data? Where does your data live? How do you manage your data? Why do you need security to protect your data? And the problem in an enterprise is there is no data lifecycle management. So we're kind of building our practice, looking at cybersecurity, data, cloud services, customer experience, right? And our purpose behind all of these is three, which is AI should help you bring more revenue or growth in your business. It should help streamline your operations or improve profitability in your business. And third is it should help you retain more customers.
So what's the big aha here? How big is this opportunity a decade out?
So you look at the enterprise IT services market today, it's about $1.5 trillion. And you look at where AI services is going to go in 5 years, it's about $500 billion. And then you look at inferencing, which is again going to be another service on top of AI, or which is going to enable AI, is another $250 billion. You look at the top 3 players in this market and aggregate those top 3 players are not even 5% of the market.
So very fragmented.
It's an extremely fragmented market. So there is a lot of opportunity here for a lot of players, right?
So you think the market will be consolidating and there's an opportunity for other entrepreneurs to team up with you on this journey?
Absolutely. And we are very excited about that, Naveen. We've already made a few acquisitions in Gruve, and we have got a very good process around this.
So what's the business model here, right? How are you going to align your interest with the interest of your customers?
Value-based models are the future. And outcome-based models are what needs to be delivered, right? So how do you tie value and outcome together? And how do you de-risk a customer in that model? And that's our business model. I think I think that value-based approach is what is resonating with our customers.
At the end, culture eats strategy for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So, what kind of a culture do you set when you build these companies?
Yeah, people, in my opinion, is the most important asset in a services business, in a technology business, right? It is the asset. That talent pool helps you build something unique and innovative. Culture is the fabric that brings the teams together. And I have been a big believer in that. So values in the culture is very important because values help you resolve conflict situations. I've got competing priorities in a day. What do? Well, it's customer first. That's the basic core value of the culture. So let's go figure out what do we need to do first for the customer. And that's our priority.
So I think I look at Gruve as a very people-first organization, primarily why we invested, who treats their customers, partners, team members is the word you use. But let's switch gears, right? Like to how do you use AI as a teammate?
AI needs to first become a teammate to every human in the organization. So what we did in Gruve was the first thing we looked at was, hey, what is the first thing our team has to do? Well, we have to do a lot of scope of works. So what we did was we wrote a agent that helps our team put together a SOW, and we perfected it to a 99% accuracy. And then we created something that basically allows anybody within our company to come in and craft a SOW. It does automated prompt engineering. And once that SOW is ready, it actually spits it out in a deliverable format in a Word or a PDF document that literally requires almost zero edits. It's really crafting to be a very fun journey for all of us here. New problems every day. Right?
So my last question is, having been a serial entrepreneur, what's your advice to other founders who are starting companies?
Here's the advice I would give to myself and how I would start. Well, first is it's about people. So bring the best talent you can together, bring the best partners together, create a trust framework. Organizations start with a trust deficit, flip it, start with a trust advantage, right? The second thing I would say is, and I would say this to myself 10 years ago, is be bold and take more risks.
So thank you very much for taking the time and looking forward to the launch.
The guidance and the coaching that we have seen from Mayfield has been phenomenal. So this is a great partnership. We are really fortunate and grateful for it.
Great. Let's climb bigger and higher heights together.